Hello there my YouTube friends, and here we go. The one I've been looking forward to myself, the Mandalorian. Again, the box looks pretty damn cool. I like that, you know. I mean, it's great the way they've done it. I always like the way they do this bit around them as well. It happens with most of the Star Wars ones these days. Yeah, so it's pretty damn cool when they do that. That there, I think is brilliant. You know, you could literally cut that bit out yourself if you didn't keep your boxes. Thinking that looks pretty damn good. You know, I like that. It looks really clever, really good, and it's a picture of the character himself that you're gonna get. You know, the actual thing. You've got your warnings again down here. Again, the continuation on with the Mandalorian bit there, and then of course upside down again, as I always do. You've got your Star Wars on the top. This one. How does it open up? It looks like it opens up from the top. So we'll get the stuff up, we'll get it out of here, and I'll give you a look at what the way it comes once I get the box opened up, because I think it'll probably be a shoebox style one. As you can see there, guys, another cool bit of artwork on the inside. It's normal, it's yeah, little flipping thing. I've just got to hope because there's no in there to fall out. So I'll lift this bit out and drop it down, and there you go, guys. Beautiful looking piece already. Before I even get it out, I'm already sort of like, oh yes, I'm looking forward to this. This is a one piece I'm really sort of looking forward to getting out and getting displayed. So I've got no idea where I'm going to put them. I really don't. But I'm going to find somewhere once it's time to do that. But let's get out the stuff, get them laid out, and let you see the accessories you get with this guy. And here is the Mandalorian's accessories, guys. We start with, as per usual, you have the usual crotch grabber. Yeah, nothing to it, but it's what you get always with a lot of stuff like that. You either get the dynamic flight pole or the crotch grabber. You have this thing, which is nice that it makes it look almost like it's sand, but I'm not keen on this thingy of the footprints being there. It means basically you sort of are limiting you to how you're going to pose them with it being like that, you know. And do the feet actually fit into them properly or not? I don't know. If they had just made it just a sand style thing, it would have been perfect. And again, you can see this time though, that is a metal nameplate. As you can see, it's brand new, guys. It's still sealed. It was a brand new figure at the minute. Before I even get round to it, he's still got all these plastics on. I've got all the plastics to take off him before I show you him. But yeah, that is a metal nameplate, which is fantastic to see. I always like to see a metal nameplate. It just, I think, shows a touch of class with them. You know, it shows that they put a little bit more effort into it. You have these things which can go on the dynamic flight pole, which they come automatically with these things on, because the ends of them, as you can see, are very sharp. Yeah, that could, with enough force, possibly puncture the skin. So they come with a little bit of foam on the ends of them. Yeah, so you've got two spikes in, so you can see bits of foam that's on them. I'll get them in the box out of the way. Yeah, you can see where they sort of plug in here. So you've got them bits there. That's pretty cool. We have this little tiny thing. We can see there it is. We have the tiny little bomb. Yeah, this sort of sticky bombs. I don't think it's got a magnet or anything to it. You know, so you kind of sort of stick it to something metal beside them if you had them beside something metal, which is a bit of a shame. But I suppose you could just use a bit of blue tack or something if you wanted something like that in your display. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. You have his little tracker for tracking down and finding the child, because obviously at the minute he doesn't have the child. So there's his little tracker for finding it. Yeah, pretty cool. You have again, as per usual, your wrist pegs, spare ones just in case. It's good to be back to a normal size ones as well, because I can imagine those other ones would be absolutely a nightmare to work with on Rocket. You have this bit, which was basically literally I think for the first few minutes of the actual first episode of the first season, where he didn't have any Beskar on at all. And again, if you look at it, I mean, you see sort of the details to it, the paint apps, the fact that it looks weathered and chipped and all that thing, and it's literally just painted on. It's not like it has been chipped or anything like that to make it look that way. It is literally just the paint app. So that's pretty cool that they can go to that sort of a level. You have his hands, again you can see it like weathered, dirty, grimy. I think he's been out for quite a while doing his collecting his bounties and what have you. Yeah, so you got two obviously gun holding hands and two fisted hands, and then obviously he's got two hands that's on him at this present moment. Yeah, all cool. We have his small gun. You know, I think that is pretty cool, and it's just incredible, like especially that side. When you look at that side, you see this sort of a little cog inside and stuff like that. You know, I think that side's sort of slightly better than that side. That side looks a bit plainer, a little bit almost like they've just couldn't be bothered to finish it off properly, you know. But I don't know if that's how it is in the way it is in the actual series. But that side there definitely looks well cool. Yeah, again, there's no sort of thingy to sort of show like it's been fired off quite a bit. There aren't any scorch marks to it or anything like that, but which is a crying shame, but it's still cool. We have this thing which has really been well made. I like that, you know, it sort of starts off like a purple colour. There's a translucent blue to it. I think that is really cool. Looks really good. I do sort of feel a bit thingy that if you're not careful, these things could end up bloody snapping, you know, which is always a crying shame. I think it's nice that they've got the ability to move, so that hopefully they wouldn't snap straight away, but at some point you still worry that they might snap. First really cool bit is this thing. I mean, look at that. Yeah, really dirty, really grimy. You can see it's been through the walls. You can see the hole there where it'll fit on top of one of these spikes. You can put it through one of the spikes if you wanted to. Yeah, but I just think that is absolutely super cool. You know, it'll look absolutely superb in there, you know. Absolutely fantastic, that. And then of course this thing. I mean, just look at this thing, guys. That is just beautiful. And this one has got that tinges to the end, like it's been fired a few times. Yeah, that sort of bluey tinge where you've gone sort of from like the silvery goldish look, metallic look, to like a singed end where it's sort of gone like a bluish colour. Really cool. Really beautiful details to it. Yeah, and making the back end look like it's wood, though it is just plastic. Yeah, but to make it look like it's actually a wood, and it's shaped beautifully to fit into a shoulder. Yeah, I think that is just superb, guys. So there you go, and that is what you're getting with them. Now let's get him out and have a look at the guy himself, the Mandalorian. And here he is, guys, the Mando himself. I mean, it's just a superb looking figure, just like that. That alone, without any of the thingies on him, already is like, wow. It's such a commanding presence about him already. Yeah, I have got the Beskar armor one with the child on pre-order, so when that one comes out I will be getting that one. It's just a case of when it comes out and when it gets across to the UK, because yeah, you tend to find that it'll come out in Hong Kong, you probably find that it'll get to America before it'll eventually get over here, regardless. I mean, mine will come directly from Hong Kong. The guy that I ordered from, he's a British thing, he's on one of the Facebook groups, and it'll come direct from America, so you probably find that direct from Hong Kong, from actually Hot Toys' actual store itself. so it'll probably not come with a shipper. I think they usually just come with the box, and the box goes inside of another box to protect it, obviously. But this guy, oh, unbelievable. I mean, already I just think to myself, wow. You know, wow. I wasn't going to get this guy. I really wasn't, guys. I was going to literally stick with the Beskar armor one. Because I love the Beskar armor. Only wears the Beskar armor for most of the friggin' whole, even the first season. You know, he only wears this for very, very limited amount of time. But god damn, when I saw some of the videos that was going out, say, so Justin's videos and that, I thought to myself, you know how it is, I've missed out on a great figure here. I should have probably bought that one as well. Yeah, but I just didn't think to myself that I would want two of them, you know. I always just thought, no, the Beskar armor one will be me, that'll be thingy. But when I started seeing some of the pictures that you guys were putting up on the Facebook groups, when I started seeing, like I say, Justin's video and what have you, and a few other videos that people have been putting up with them, I was just like, man, I've missed out on this one. God dang, I've missed out. And I was looking and looking and looking, and the prices were just ridiculous money for it. And I saw this one, and I had to pull the trigger immediately, because I just knew for a fact I wasn't going to get it at this price that I got this guy at ever again. You know, I mean, it's going to be so goddamn lucky if you can ever pick him up for a reasonably good price. Yeah, especially for a while. Maybe once the other one comes out, then you might find some people might start getting rid of this one. But to me, this one looks absolutely amazing. The other one's going to look great. This one looks amazing. The levels of detail to it, the way they've got the pop marks where he's been hit when he's been out battling and that, it just looks absolutely fantastic, guys. But anyway, let's get some of this articulation and that done for you, so you can see what's what. Okay, so we'll bring him forward, and then we'll go, his arm goes up about that. Again, you've got this sort of thing here stopping it a little bit, but it's not too bad. He comes forward, not very far at all, coming forward, bending the elbow. It's a double bend, that's good. This thing moves, so you can move it around to get it out of the way in order to gear yourself to give that good motion. And it's a normal standard peg for his wrist, so you're going to get the normal standard motion in there. You see they're coming forward, you've not got very far. Going back, you've not got very far. You do have a butterfly joint in there, and you do have bicep swivel there as well. Okay, so you've got a reasonable amount of motion. You can get them up, but you do get to find that the armor is sort of stopping it slightly, you know. Waist wise, you're not going to get a lot. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as what people have made out. I think, you know, the fat suit is going to stop it, and yes, there is ways to remove it. There's a few videos out there showing it being removed. Whether I'm going to remove it or not, I don't honestly know right now. Yeah, I think he looks cool the way he is. I'm not sure whether I need to remove him. I'll probably watch some of their videos and just see if there's a big difference in it once it's been removed. You know, but for me so far, it's okay. The way it is, he looks canny. You're getting a damn fine, decent amount of movement there, because obviously the pants aren't too tight. It isn't going to stress it too much, so that's cool. You've got swivel at the hip up there, so that's good. Yeah. How far we're going to get forward, guys, that's the question, because we know if backwards we're not going to get much motion at all. So forwards, you've got pretty decent, you know, that's pretty decent. Backwards, we know we're not going to have much at all here, guys, because it never is with the Hot Toys one. You know, the way the backside is just never going to get much motion there. Knee joint, again, this bit moves out the way, so you can get a fantastic knee joint motion on it. And again, you've got this sort of split here, so you're getting plenty of motion there on the foot to give you plenty enough ability to pose them. So that is always an absolutely fantastically cool thing. The cape here, beautiful. It's like a velvet feel to it, you know, really thin, Could have done with probably a wire going through it for you to be able to pose it properly, but I suppose, you know, you can probably do that yourself in some way. I've seen a couple of videos where they've actually managed to put something through there to make it look like there's a wire holding it up. So that's, you know, that's pretty damn cool that you can do that. You know, you've got, yeah, the levels of details to this character, guys, is just absolutely phenomenal. You know, you look at his shoulder thing there, the way it's been hit, you know, the chest piece, the bandolier going across it with, you can see here, there's a plug hole just here. That is for this part here. And I've seen a few videos where people will plug it right away in. I would worry about doing that for the simple fact is that looks quite a thin piece on there. That looks a thin piece, and that would possibly snap because it's not metal by the looks of it. So I would worry about that. So I would probably do what Jedi Patrol's done with his. If you've seen his video, he doesn't push it right away and he pushes it in just enough so that it's got a hold of it without going in too far. But what you do want to know is about the head. I mean, that for range of motion, looking down at that's fantastic. So you can look right down at the child being beside his feet, back up like that. It's pretty damn good. You know, you're not getting that full right the way back as if you sort of can fly towards you, but I think you didn't get that with any of the figures I don't think yet. Yeah, you've got enough motion to get some side to side, and obviously twisting it around. But it's so clever the way you can get so much emotion from something that's in a helmet. You know what I mean? You can still see so much emotion just by the tilt. You know, just by the way it tilts the head. You can see different emotion coming from it, you know, it's really cool. You've got the belt, looks absolutely phenomenal. You have got his gun holster. Yeah. You know, the armour on his legs, the way it's pitted and dented. You know, that is like a dent, it's not just a thingy, these are dents. That one's not so much. Yeah, some of this is just paintwork, others is proper dents in it. So it's clever the way they're doing it. Yeah, his leg. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, the way this is weathered and holed and stuff like that in it looks pretty cool. Yeah, you've still got all the stuff at the back. Yeah, place to, by the looks of it, put his gun or something through. You know, I think that is sort of just really cool. You've also got a hole there, which supposedly probably the gun would be able to fit through it. But I mean, guys, honest to goodness, he is just a beast of a character. Yeah, he really is a beast of a character, and he just looks so goddamn cool. I am delighted to have this guy in my collection. I'm really glad I didn't miss out. I'm really glad that I managed to get him at a reasonable price, because I would have been kicking myself if I didn't. You know, if you're on the fence, guys, honestly, I would suggest pull the trigger, but don't pay stupid prices for him. You know, just wait, you'll get him eventually at a decent price, and he's going to be well worth getting, because he is just absolutely bloody beautiful. And there he is, guys. Just a little bit of stuff put on him to make it stand out. I think it looks pretty damn cool. Kind of weird to find a place for him now. It's just a case of where I put him. What do I move around in order to get him into place? Because he is just one imposing guy. You know, he just looks absolutely freaking fantastic. I'm so happy I pulled the trigger now. Like, I really am. I would have been kicking myself if I hadn't. You know, he needed to be done, and I've got him now, and I'm well. I'm truly happy, guys. It's now finding a place where he can shine. You know, he needs to be somewhere where he really can make a difference and look something else. You know, and it's just, what do I shift and where do I put him? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll show you where I put him just before I go, and then we'll finish off from there. So there he goes for the time being. I didn't like the idea of moving my crow across, because my crow has been sort of probably one of my favourite figures for a long time. I love the crow. It was sort of such a iconic film for me for years, you know, and I didn't want to really move him across. I want him to keep his place But this guy's, you know, from where I am, you see, it's like I sit back here with my PlayStation, my TV and that, and I wanted to be able to see this guy. So that's where I've put him for the time being, until I find sort of if there's a better place for him to go. But I think right now, that's where he's going to sit. You know, they don't exactly go together, they don't match together, but that doesn't matter to me. You know, it's two beautiful figures. You know, that's just great. And it's just, you know, you can see it's getting dark as well. It's getting dark out there. So again, guys, I'm happy now he's up. I'm happy now I've done this video. I can now go and put my heating on in this thingy, because I am bloody freezing. I've been making these videos for the last few hours, so it's bloody freezing in here. So it's time to get the heater on, it's time to get the PlayStation 5 on, and it's time to have some fun. So guys, thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. One more quick look at this guy. He's just such a fucking cool fella, man. Look at him. Unreal. Such a fantastic piece, that one, guys. It really is. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I mean I really appreciate it, guys. Catch you later. I'm the Bearded Nerdy Oaf, and I am out of here.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever say that? I mean,
Okay.